Okay, in the fire. So we're doing a whole bunch of Blackmore stuff. Let's just look at the chords so we understand what's going on. It starts out with just a G minor to C minor vamp. Goes back and forth between those two chords. So really that tells me that I'm just in G minor, natural minor. It's not Dorian or anything tricky. It's all G minor. And then it goes into a progression, which is, this is just totally borrowed from the Deep Purple playbook. You know, it's like there's a vamp where the soloist just kind of does their thing. Then it goes into a more composed part where the chords really start moving. So in this case, the chords start moving and they move down from C. And then it goes to an F sharp. And then back to the descending part. Then to round out the form, the turnaround is a series of hits. So again, as with the other examples where we've had to play hits, it winds up being a big deal for the soloist to keep your time together. So the hits in this case are G, then E flat, then C over E, then F, and then it pounds away on a D to take us back around to G. So what do we do for the solo? Well, I start this solo exactly the way Blackmore starts the solo in Burn with just blues lick, right? I'm in third position. Then I do, if you've seen any of my other courses, which I recommend you get, you can go, you know, I pretty much always play the pentatonic by sliding down out of that first box into the box below it. So that's a nice little lick, gives you an insight into that use of the pentatonic scale. Then very Blackmore-inspired bend. And then pedal tone lick on the G string. Okay, so just straight up the G minor scale. And right here, because I'm moving into this next register, and I'm about to play another signature Blackmore lick that I know sounds better on the neck pickup, I go to the neck pickup. So then I play this bit where it's kind of straight off the Smoke on the Water solo. So I'm in G minor, but I play out of the C minor position. So it's a G minor scale, but I'm here in this position. So I go from C down to G. Then when I get to the G, I do a pattern to ascend back up the scale, and that is I jump up a third and then down scalar. So so that whole passage right there. So that's pretty much straight from Smoke on the Water, close enough. Gives you real insight into how to use some of this classical sequence phrasing just in an improvisational context. Then from here, I've got my G minor pentatonic scale ready to go. So it's literally, it's like an octave up from here where I started. It's all the same stuff. So I get done playing a couple of blues licks. We start this descending pattern, and this is just another example of like a box style thing that you can lay in over a chord progression. And in this case, it's So on each chord, I'm going from, so on the C chord, I start on a D. I go from the 9th to the tonic, to the root of the chord, to the 3rd. Then it does this little turnaround. And I go. And then it goes back to the original. And then when we get done with that, we do these hits. And here's this little phrase that just, it makes use of, it really makes use of, it's almost the melodic minor scale, which is, in the melodic minor scale, you play a major 6th and a major 7th on the way up, and you play a minor 7 and a minor 6 on the way down. So watch where the major 7 appears in this line, and you'll see how we use the major 7 when we're going back up to the tonic, and then we use the flat 7 and flat 6 when we keep going down the scale. So I start here on the 5th. So that's straight up minor, flat 6. So there, you've got the major 7. Then I go to flat 7 and flat 6 because I'm going down. So pretty tricky, but let's look at the whole thing. And it's the exact same lick in 2 octaves. It's another thing. We do it all the time in Trans-Siberian Orchestra and stuff like that. It's like you instead of just going down the scale, you get the thing that you really like, the lick that you really like, and then play it in 1 octave, then play it in the next octave. Now on the D, I do this turnaround. And that's just, you know, going to the flat 9 on the 5 chord, and it's all over the neoclassical genre. So feel free to do it anytime you have the 5 chord available to you. And that's it. Takes us back. So cool that we got blues licks, pedal tone, this playing G minor out of the C position, blues licks in this position, then this pattern, and then this signature lick. Every single one of those is a unique piece of information on its own, and so there's 2 things to look at: each lick and then how we put them together into a solo. So have some fun with this one, really dig into it.